Hello, people of the internet. I am James Phoenix, and this is the WWE Fantasy Log. We are collectively the League of Opinionated Gentlemen. With me, as always, are Jeff and John.
Hello.
What's up?
John, we're happy to have you back.
Okay.
You missed an interesting battleground recap. Despite the fact that I won 5 matches and he only won 2, we got the same number of points.
The 2 matches I won were title matches.
Yeah, Jinder Mahal got like 100 points.
Jeez.
It was kind of it was a main event. It was a specialty. It was a title retention.
It's messed up.
By the way, we need to have a discussion now that you're here because Jim apparently forgets that we have this argument every time this match comes up.
Yeah, it's a triple threat match, a specialty match.
Oh shit. I thought we said it was.
Okay.
Yeah, because I thought we decided that any match involving more than 2 people, unless it's a tag match, is considered a specialty match.
Yeah, I think it was like 1-on-1 and tag matches that are 2-on-2, I think, don't count, but I think most of the other ones do.
Okay, then I'll just make a note the triple threat counts for that. Threat or more. Okay. Yeah.
Indeed. Yep.
Very well. Close that out. Where's the video? There we go. All right. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to do the usual. We'll talk some news. Then we'll go through Raw, SmackDown, and the 205 Live.
Until that gets canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the rate it's going.
That might actually be for the best because then they'll be forced to use cruiserweights on the actual main show and they might actually be better.
They'd fire him.
Pretty much. They would keep they would keep Neville, Gallagher, and Kendrick and fire everybody else.
Probably.
Maybe Rich Swann if he's lucky.
I don't know. Perkins is pretty popular.
They might keep Perkins. I could see them keeping a few of them, but most of the people.
Yeah, like not many.
I could see them keeping Perkins. I could see them keeping Cedric Alexander because he's kind of more of a ground and pound type guy. He doesn't really fly. He bounces around the ring, but he doesn't really fly because he's more of a striker.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Like most of the cruiserweights, I could see them keeping on board the main roster, putting some in the tag division, putting some in like some of the mid card division. It would super bolster the mid card division because the mid card is fucking floundering on both shows right now.
Yeah, and that's the point. They can't book the mid card with the guys they have, let alone more guys.
Well, like on Raw, it's because they don't have anyone else that would make that mid card interesting because most of the people on each show are in the like main title picture. Like, can you imagine in putting, say, Cedric Alexander and maybe like Jack Gallagher into the Intercontinental title picture? That'd be really interesting.
They don't need them. Do you know how many people are in that picture?
2.
Miz, Rollins, Ambrose at minimum.
Rollins is in Intercontinental Championship picture.
He teamed up with Ambrose against Miz on Raw. Where the fuck were you?
To get revenge. Rollins is main event. He'll never be in that picture.
I don't know. He was in that fucking Fatal 5-Way to determine #1 contender for that belt not long ago.
Yeah, but the only reason he's in there is because because they're leading up to the Shield coming back as a unit. That's the only reason Rollins is. They're not going to take one of their top guys and demote him from main event into mid card. They're not going to do that.
But he is. They already did. The main event right now is Strowman, Reigns, Brock, and Samoa Joe. They're the main event right now.
Yeah, and then once Brock goes back to the UFC, which is going to happen in a couple of months, then
he might get pushed back up. But
yeah.
I'm saying, but right now he's in the mid card. That's all I'm saying. Is that happens with a lot of guys? They slide down into the mid card for a while, then move back up. Hell, Miz has been main event multiple times in his career, but right now he's mid card. That's all I'm saying.
Because that's where he deserves to be. But
no,
I'm saying Rollins is only down there right
main
now.
Event fucking heel. Fuck you.
I'm saying Rollins is actually Miz is far better as a mid card heel because he's that good that he can push that mid card. But Rollins is only down there, like I said, for the Shield storyline. That's the only reason he's down there.
It still works though. He's still down there regardless of reason. But at any rate, I did like one thing I did read is they were considering the possibility of this isn't part of the news, but I want to mention it real quick anyway. There's rumors of a superstar shakeup post SummerSlam.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I was gonna say.
We'll mention that a little bit. And one of the things that had been mentioned was what they might actually do as part of the shakeup for the purposes of cleaning the rosters up a little bit and helping to bolster other things, is they might actually take some of the guys on Raw and SmackDown that they don't have anything for that they're not using and actually move them back down to NXT to bolster that roster and help get some of those young guys over.
Yes.
And then they'll have openings for the 205 cruiserweights to be on Raw and
Yes,
SmackDown.
exactly.
So basically what they're saying is, oh shit, we fucked up bringing everyone up from NXT. We need people in NXT. Let's shunt a bunch of people back down.
I don't think the way it sounded was not necessarily that it was people that were from NXT, but
No.
people like Ziggler or something.
Right.
Yeah, people who aren't doing anything on the
Yeah.
main roster. This will get, it gives them a break from the road, and it gives them something to do for a while, and they can use it, and they can use him to get over. They can feud him against like Bobby Roode or some shit, and use him to get them over. Come on, show off first glorious. That writes itself.
Yes, because Bobby Roode beating Ziggler is really going to get Bobby Roode over. I mean, come on, it's Bobby fucking Roode. He's not even in Ziggler's league. He's above Ziggler's league. I'm sorry. It's more Ziggler needs Bobby Roode to get himself over.
I'm sorry, how many world titles has Bobby Roode won?
I don't know, 3 or 4, maybe more.
Not in this company. They don't count.
He's got a way better theme song, though.
He does.
Yeah, and that kind of thinking is the whole reason why Vince McMahon was so shocked at the response that AJ Styles got at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
That response was a fluke. I'm like, it wasn't a fluke. It's because, the rest of your universe recognizes other wrestling promotions and knows how good AJ Styles fucking is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same with Bobby Roode. That's why, when he showed up, the crowd fucking exploded because they know who Bobby Roode is and they know his credentials. And they're like, no, he's better than about 80% of the roster right now. But they're like, keeping him in NXT, which is fine because NXT needs people too, and he's great for NXT, and he enjoys being down there. So hey, fuck it, why not?
Yeah, Bobby Roode held the TNA World Title twice, if that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, I think he's held titles in indie promotions and stuff too before. And then he was probably in ROH, but
I'm
yeah,
sure. Yeah, I'm just knowing that's where. Yeah, so he did win it a couple of times on that one. Yes, which is fair enough. I know he didn't actually do ROH. He was in WWE. He was actually in WWE for 4 years, then he left to TNA. Then he came back. Then he went to some others. The Global Force thing bought out. Now he's in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Was he on TV in WWE, or was it developmental?
Oh, let's see. He worked for.
Or was he a fucking milk delivery man or some shit?
Let's see. Do you know one favorite that? Let's see. He was on Jacked.
Yeah. Okay.
Under the ring name Rudy Rude, where he lost to Perry Saturn.
Okay, I'll do it. Moppy! No one knows going to do that. So
thank you. He teamed with Kingman to face Billy Kidman and Tommy Dreamer in a dark match. Teamed with Mark Maraculi to face 3-Minute Warning in another loss. Appeared on Heat and lost to Al Snow. Appeared on Velocity and lost to Sean O'Hare.
Oh, damn, dude. I like some of these people, and it's like, ooh.
Yeah.
He had to lose to that guy. Shit, yeah, that's, man. 'Cause they don't like Al.
No. Let's see.
Yeah.
Episode of Heat, he teamed with Tyson Ducks against La Resistance.
Wow, La Resistance.
I know. Teamed with Eric Young against the Full-Blooded Italians.
Hey.
Lost to Billy Kidman 1-on-1. Teamed with Arch Kincaid to face the Hurricane and Rosie in another losing effort. And lastly, he in a dark match before Raw, he lost to Eric Young. And another dark match, he lost to Orlando Jordan before SmackDown.
Ooh,
So basically, he was an occasional jobber from time to time, from 01 to 04.
He was local talent. Damn.
Pretty much, yeah, basically. That's why in 04 he left and he went to TNA.
That was a good move.
It really was. as part of Team Canada at the time.
Hey, Petey Williams.
There you go. So anyway, that's yeah. So the possibility of a shake-up, maybe it's people to TNA, move people to NXT, move people on Raw and SmackDown. We'll see.
No, they do move people to TNA. Just
Well, that yeah. Well, we'll see where that goes. That we'll see how that plays out. That that may be where Enzo's going before long.
oh man, yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, unless he forms a team with the Big Show, does anybody think Enzo has a singles career?
No,
I'm wearing his fucking T-shirt, and I don't think Enzo has a singles career.
I'm telling you, I want Brock to go to NXT just once.
That'd be interesting.
People just be like, "What the?" No, that's not really. And then he just comes out. People be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
That'd be hilarious on NXT. All of a sudden, like, say Bobby Roode's cutting a promo, and all of a sudden you just hear, "Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman," and people are like, "No, it can't. No, just no." And then Heyman walks on, they're like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. No, if anything, what you do is you wait until there's some kind of a battle royal for a #1 contendership or something.
There you
Yes.
I just have Brock just have him like destroy everybody except like one dude and just go like, yeah, okay. And then Brock just eliminates himself. He just showed him because he wanted to beat people up. He had no interest in winning.
Yes. Yeah, he like F5s the guy and then just gets out of the ring and leaves.
Yeah, exactly. That guy just wins by default.
Yeah.
Brock's like, "Okay, who do I want to win this match?"
Enzo.
Yes.
There you go.
Just dead Enzo. The ref just holds up his arm. They ring the bell. He just drops it and is just selling it. Just face down.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Congratulations, Enzo Amore. You are now a Paul Heyman guy.
Oh my. Yeah, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Enzo should just be a manager. Because if Enzo was just a manager, he'd have a career forever.
Yeah.
You know, sticking with sticking with somebody that like can't talk for shit. Like put him on SmackDown with Baron Corbin or something. They can have a hilarious running bit where Enzo's like a fan of Corbin and thinks he can get him over, and Corbin wants nothing to do with him but can't get rid of him. It'll be
Enzo
hilarious.
should go to SmackDown, and he should be Shinsuke Nakamura's manager.
That would also be effective. Yeah, Rockstar Enzo, that would work. I could see that.
This right here, this is Shinsuke Nakamura, and he's the king of strong style, and you can't teach that.
Pretty much. Well, anyway, let's go to the actual list of goings on.
Or book him on Raw as a rival manager to Titus Worldwide. Have a manager war.
Enzo
That'd be
Incorporated.
interesting.
Enzo Incorporated. There you go.
There you go.
The realest talent scout in the room. How are you doing?
Yeah.
There you go. That'd be interesting.
I don't sell out. I buy in.
Actually, you want somebody who Enzo's the whole shtick would fit. Actually, not that. At this point, maybe they could send him to SmackDown. Let him manage the Hype Bros. That would be some fucking hype.
That would be, yeah. Enzo comes out, does the dance. Mojo jumps around. Zack Ryder just looks around like, why am I stuck with toddlers? Be great.
Pretty much. It's like, I was the Intercontinental Champion. What happened here? He held
That would be a
belt at least
funny
once, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's the one he had for a day.
Yeah.
It'd be
Zack
great if
Ryder
that was
stands-
his gimmick. He's like, I held that belt once, and someone just goes, dude, it was a day.
Zack Ryder stands here, just looks at the two of them, raises the mic up. Man, I used to pal around with Edge. What the fuck?
Kurt Hawkins.
Yeah. At least you ain't
Edge,
Kurt
save me.
Hawkins. How you doing? Completely unrelated. This is news. I don't know if this is true or not, but there were some tweets going out yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Some people on Twitter were congratulating Kurt Hawkins on his 100 match losing streak. I don't know if that's true or not, but I want it to be.
Wow.
Yes. Who can break the streak?
Yes.
Has he wrestled 100 matches since he's been back?
No.
Probably not, but
I'm thinking that they started from before he left. Just all that
Probably.
time. Then they don't even probably have to count when he was gone and then just came back.
yeah, probably
Because he was
not.
probably like Burt Hawkins or something on the indie circuit.
Yeah, something.
He
yeah.
wasn't, but
I kind of want him to
that
be, though.
Yeah, I know. I like that as a fake name.
It wouldn't be the worst fake name somebody's ever used.
No, it wouldn't.
Oh, holy fuck. Okay, maybe that is true. Jesus Christ. No. There's a draw in there. He drew against Dean Ambrose.
Okay.
But yeah, literally, because I'm looking at the Internet Wrestling Database, looking at his match records, and everything is literally a defeat except that one draw against Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
And that's just this year.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, you're the Brooklyn Brawler, dude.
You know, though, people remember the Brooklyn Brawlers, so maybe it's not all bad.
Yeah.
It could be worse. I mean, Coco Beware's in the Hall of Fame.
It's true. Could be worse. You could be the gobbledygooker.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or Mantar, because they love him.
My God, this guy has it. Has he? Okay, so he has a draw against Apollo Crews as well from last year. Yeah, this guy hasn't. I don't think he's won a match since he was in Edgehead. What the fuck?
Yeah. Well, that's not true because while he was gone, he won the TNA tag titles once.
He had a draw at the PWS Starland Ballroom show against someone named Chris Payne. It was for the PWS TV title, so he lost that match.
Yeah.
What? Really? Holy
I'm not
shit.
trying to say he's a loser. I'm trying to say he's one less than Joey Wheeler.
Wow.
Well, like every promotion he's been in, he's lost. He has never won a match. Holy shit!
Well, hang on, I need to clarify this. Are we talking season 1 Joey Wheeler or like season 4 Joey Wheeler?
I'm gonna go with 1.
Yeah, that's really the accurate one. Yeah.
He actually got decent.
Because later on, like, you figure out Red Eye's combos. He went from, wow, I just went through 9 monsters. Oh, I finally found one that's fire that's strong against Rex Raptor.
Dude, Kurt lost to Alex Riley.
Actually bringing out like Red Eye's combos of being handed God cards and shit.
Yeah.
Dude, he lost to Alex Riley a lot.
Rage. What was that?
Wow, he teamed with Tyler Rex and lost to Derek Bateman and Percy Watson.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, give credit to Derek Bateman. He's like the number 1 TNA now.
Yeah, he's won plenty of matches there.
Dude, yeah, he literally has not won a single goddamn match since he started wrestling.
That's almost impressive.
Yeah, the only time he wins is if he's in the tag team because, the Edgeheads were the tag champs at one point in WWE.
No, he lost in all his tag team matches, except for maybe the Edgeheads, but I haven't gotten that far back yet.
Yeah, the Edgeheads were the tag champs at one point, and then in TNA he held the tag titles there as well.
He lost again with Tyler Rex against JTG and Trent Beretta.
Yeah, that's about right.
And then he lost with Chavo Guerrero against the Masterpiece and JTG. So he's like constantly losing to JTG of all people. It's like, damn, dude.
The Masterpiece and JTG. God, I want a really good tag name for that team. I don't know it yet, but I want one.
Yes.
And
that might possibly be one of the strangest teams that they've ever thrown together.
That's a weird team.
He teamed with Vance Archer and lost to the Big Show.
Oh my God, Vance Archer! I only remember him because he fucking looked like the dude from Heavy Rain. It's the only reason I remember him.
Okay.
Oh, holy shit. I kind of want to see this. What the hell? FCW Kissimmee Show incomplete card. Kalen Croft, Kurt Hawkins, and Trent Beretta versus the Rhodes family. Versus Cody, Dusty, and Goldust. I'm like, dude, I want to see that. Just for that. Holy shit.
You can probably find a video of that somewhere on the internet, I'm sure. But we have other shit.
He's had some wins.
Yeah, we have shit to cover. We'll go through Kurt Hawkins' match listing later.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's had some wins, just not recently.
Yeah. Which is fair enough. Let's move on.
Yeah.
I'm just going to cover this first real quick because I did want to mention this. I was going to say that I'm going to recommend this. This is really news, just thing that happened. For those who haven't seen it, you need to take yourself onto Twitter and you need to go over to Daniel Bryan's Twitter account and you need to watch the premiere episode of Smacking Talk.
Or you could just go on YouTube and save yourself some trouble.
Or that. But you need to go to watch the first episode of Smacking Talk with young Daniel Bryan when Daniel Bryan pulls out a paternity test to try to convince
Chad Gable
that he's his father.
It was legit. I think it even says official on it, and hooray.
It did.
Which we know is what they all say.
Oh, yeah. When he opened it, it even said, "I am your father. Hooray."
Yeah.
I have to wonder if WWE permitted this or not, because if not, they're kind of in big shit trouble because they use the official SmackDown set.
Yeah, but 3 things on that. Number 1, they're not going to lose Chad Gable. He's got too much promise. 2, they don't want to give up Renee Young because she's the best announcer they have, and they won't lose her. 3, Daniel Bryan is like 6 months from walking hell out to go wrestle in TNA anyway.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, didn't the WWE YouTube page, aren't they the ones that put it up? So I would think that they were okay with it.
That's true.
No, I didn't see it WWE when I saw everyone else putting it up, linking it off of the I assume they got it off of Daniel Bryan's thing, but
yeah, but the fact that Daniel Bryan put it on his official WWE licensed Twitter leads me to believe that they permitted it.
I saw it on YouTube and I thought they had posted it, and that's why I saw it.
Fair enough. Well, if they posted it, then that's fine. And then it's an official thing.
Then yeah, it's fine. But anyway, let's go ahead and cover the actual news.
It's hilarious. I also love that Renee Young was wearing like her jean jacket, like her standard jacket, and 2, she was trying so hard not to laugh at the end of that.
Yeah,
and failed too because that was great. Like right before it ended, she's like,
yeah, she lost it. Anyway, let's go on to news. So first of all, worth noting if you're interested on this, a couple of things going on. We have on Wednesday, September 6th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, tune yourself on over to the E! Network to check out Season 2 of Total Bellas. That'll be premiering. So give that a shot. Look inside their romance and family lives as Nikki and John Cena temporarily relocate to Phoenix to help Brie and Daniel through their first pregnancy. So that'll be fun. And then Total Divas will also be returning later this fall 7th season. New to the series will include Carmella, Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss. Are you joining on there? Natalia will be in there. Maurice, Lana, and Naomi will round out the season 7 cast, in addition to presumably the Bellas and the usual. So definitely give that a look as well later in the fall. That we do not have an official return date for that just yet, but that'll be later in the fall. WWE successful WWE programming outside of wrestling, a rarity, but it does occur from time to time.
I don't see why the Bellas would still be in Total Divas, considering A, they have their own show, B, they're both retired.
Because WWE considers them to be the reason the show is successful.
Also, didn't they already film it like months ago?
That too. Yeah, the Bellas will return to the fan favorite E-Series Total Divas, which will premiere in its 7th season.
Fair enough.
The Bellas are basically the stars of that show. They have 2 shows. They're the Bellas. They can do that.
Yeah, I guess that's what happens when, you decide to go fuck John Cena. Become untouchable.
See, now I just want Nikki to come out and use that in the style of an AJ Styles beat-up John Cena promo.
Wow.
Yes.
WWE rated R.
Basically. And supposedly, I don't know if it was Nikki, I think it was maybe Bray. One of them was training for a return, so one of them was coming back to the ring, too. I don't remember which one. I want to say it was Brie, actually.
Probably.
But anyway, let's mention this. Let's talk about this real quick.
But that probably won't happen until Brian's done with his stint as GM, so he can stay home with the kid.
Most likely.
And
Oh,
if
they're
that happens, Brian is not returning to the ring unless he's a fucking idiot and a bad father.
Yeah.
Because one of them has to stay home with the kid, and if Bree is coming back, then Brian has to stay home.
Well, it's demonstrated by Total Divas. They do have Johnny Ace and Daniel's mother-in-law to watch after the kids.
Doesn't Johnny Ace still work for WWE, though?
From time to time.
Besides, would you trust the kid with Johnny Ace?
I don't know.
No, but I want a scene where the kid's in one of those little like rollers that you put him in, and then Johnny Ace is behind him with the people power scooter chasing after him.
Yes. What I'm saying, I mean, remember, John Cena's got like all the money. I'm sure he could pay and hire a nanny to help them out. I'm sure.
You act like John Cena would care enough to help them out.
It's John Cena. If there's one thing he has to do to keep his image up, it's care about kids.
It's true.
It's like his one thing. I mean, John Cena's willing to go a long way to care about kids. The dude starred in the Fred movie.
Yeah, but he only has to care about kids that aren't his.
That's not his kid either.
No, it's his niece, but close enough.
I mean, unless there's something going on in this family that I don't know about.
Whoa.
I think that's it. They get home to the mansion. The Bella's going to the bedroom scene, and Daniel just has to sit in the corner looking down sadly.
John Cena shows up with a paternity test that says official on it. Says, "You are the father." Hooray.
Yes. Perfect. Anyway, so John, did you see Battleground?
No.
Okay. Well, there was a United States title match at Battleground, as you may or may not be aware.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a bit of controversy in this United States title match.
Mm-hmm.
Because as apparently the dirt sheets are reporting thus far anyway, apparently somebody, Vince, Hunter, I don't know, somebody apparently called an audible and changed the finish in the middle of the match. Because apparently the only match that the odds makers got wrong, because apparently they were supposed to see what was going to happen at the end of the match. AJ Styles had locked Kevin Owens in a submission hold, and it was a crossface because AJ had the calf crusher. Owens reversed it into a crossface. AJ reversed it into his own crossface, and Owens rolled Styles out of the crossface over like this, and Styles ended up with his shoulders on the mat. And the ref, who had been knocked down because Styles accidentally kicked him in the face, because Owens dodged a kick and he hit the ref.
Right.
And the ref kind of was like trying to pull himself up on the bottom rope and wake himself up, and he managed to crawl over and he counted the 3 as Styles' shoulders were on the mat via the reversal. However, Owens' shoulders were kind of on the mat too, given the position. And apparently a second ref was supposed to run down. They were going to avoid the Owens victory, restart the match, and then AJ was going to win. But apparently somebody called an audible, and they decided to have Owens win the belt, which is why anybody who watched might know it after the match, and AJ stayed in the ring for an abnormally long time and looked really pissed off.
Yeah, and then WWE realized they fucked up and reversed that decision on SmackDown.
Oh, we're going to get to that later.
That's why I have an abnormally large amount of points.
That too. All right, let's continue on. All right, here we go. Moving on. I don't know what the fuck inspired this. Supposedly the booking of Battleground, but I don't know.
Okay.
Like, it's not really clear. But post-Battleground, Come on, go over here. Thank you. Sorry, hang on. Yeah. Sorry. I got an extra window. I don't need this window open, do I? Okay. Sorry, too many windows. Trying to do things. Okay. So, following Battleground, some people went on Twitter and apparently attempted to start a trend of hashtag Fire Road Dog.
I agree.
And it went on there, and yeah, people started at it.
Did you hear about this stuff, John?
No.
Prepare for Road Dog douchebaggery.
Okay.
Go, Jim.
Some people started tweeting. Some people started tweeting at Road Dog. Somebody asked him, is at Shinsuke and really fighting a losing battle? Why can't Baron Corbin fight a battle fairly? No offense, but it's cheap. And somebody else stuck up for him, pointing out, hey, we all have Attitude Era syndrome. We don't work there. We don't know what's really going on. And at Road Dog sent out, dear haters, I've got 2 words for you, and they ain't Fire Road Dog. And then as people started sending messages, apparently Road Dog decided he didn't want to deal with people criticizing him and just started blocking people. And let's see, at Just Roll Me Up, at Road Dog books 1 good show and pats himself on the back. Hashtag make SmackDown Live great again. Road Dog, so I've only done 1 good one. I really value you're up blocked. With the exception of the main event ending, I really like SmackDown this week. Swapping U.S. title 3 times in 3 weeks is dumb, in my opinion. Dumb? I'm sorry you feel blocked. Can we all agree?
Road Dog doesn't. Apparently, Road Dog's the only opinion Road Dog cares about is his own, so fuck him.
Can we all agree at Road Dog needs to go? I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sure you're really good at your job. Blocked. 1 good week ain't do shit. Let's back it up next week and the week after that. I'll try to please you because I blocked. Fire Road Dog is 3 words, bro. No, Road Dog is 1 word. Blocked. John Cena versus Shinsuke for free on SmackDown next week. SMH going to get a lot of heat for that because people feel that should be a match for who am I going to get heat with? Was a reply on that one. Apparently, Michael Cole is booking this episode of SmackDown Live as Road Dog is not there. Explains why it's been so damn good today. Nope, I'm here. I'm star blocked. So at PFWE Empire looks like Ryan Ward is still on the SmackDown creative team. No, the Road Dog said no, he never left. It's me, him, and Stevie G. 3-man front every week. Somebody asked, they were, especially if the original post was a prayer or wrong on all kinds. By the way, I've blocked 90% of those people, so I never saw their hate. And he corrected somebody that Road Dog is 1 word. It's my name, so I should know, and it's made up, so I can make the rules too.
Except if you look at official rosters and official WWE, yeah, WWE says it's 2 words, so fuck you. And no, you don't own it. WWE owns that name. Look at your contract sometime.
Well said, argued they're not fans at all, but critics. I enjoy the things I'm a fan of. There's a difference between an opinion and hateful negativity. Just my opinion.
Yes, says the guy who blocked the guy for his opinion. Fuck you, Road Dog. You don't have a leg to stand on.
So, yeah. Road Dog escapades this week.
Yeah, fuck the Road Dog. Go join Billy Gunn on the unemployment line, you fucking hack.
Billy Gunn is well employed at NJPW.
Oh, is he? I know he's done like House of Hardcore shit. I didn't know he was on NJPW.
No, because I've seen matches. He was at NJPW. He was tag teaming with Yoshitatsu.
Nice.
Yep. I watched that match, and I love how different it is because number 1, they're doing moves that you wouldn't see in the WWE ring, and number 2, the fact that they're like beating each other across the ring, they're all like "fuck you," no, fuck you.
It's the best part about Japan.
Pretty much.
Like, you ever see Kenny Omega cut a promo, sometimes he's like, yeah, these motherfuckers, and you're just like, what? Oh, that's right, okay.
Fair enough. So let's see, what else we got today?
John, what is your opinion on that whole thing?
Road Dog douchebaggery sounds like an apt description. I can understand blocking some people. Yeah, it seems like the people that they're highlighting that he blocked, most of them sounded reasonable.
Especially the guy who was like, I like SmackDown blocked.
Yeah.
You're just like, really?
Yeah. Anyway, just a random note here. Renee Young will be on both Raw and SmackDown moving forward. Not a big deal. Just thought I'd mention that. So, give her something to do. In the meantime, though, let's talk about the other thing I want to mention here, and that's the minor update on England versus Mexico here. Earlier on the 26th, rumors were circulating that an arrest warrant had been issued for Page in the state of Florida in regards to the Orlando airport incident. However, according to the San Antonio Police Department, that was actually false, and they have not issued any such warrant. So.
Wait a minute. The rumor is that the state of Florida issued a warrant, yet the San Antonio police is commenting on this? How is that legitimate? You're not fucking Florida police.
No, that a warrant was issued in the state of Florida. Anybody can issue a warrant for anywhere.
I thought the local police had to be the one to issue the warrant in their state. Well,
no, because remember, Paige and Alberto live in Florida because it's GFW. So it's basically, the San the San Antonio police basically saying, we issue a warrant for, such and such. And it's good for her, to be arrested in this area to be extradited to us.
Mm-hmm.
The local police have to cooperate on it, of course, or the guy writing the article fucked up, one of the two.
Because if you remember, the incident happened in Florida, but they're no longer in Florida as per Del Rio's tweet about, hey, WWE, I'm going to be home in San Antonio at my restaurant. Come down here so I can beat your asses. So obviously they were back in San Antonio. And given that the incident happened in Florida, my assumption is that the Florida police would have to be the one to issue that warrant.
Oh, so I see what happened. So basically, the Florida would have issued the warrant, and then San Antonio would have been notified and had to make the arrest. So San Antonio was confirming we weren't notified by Florida that there was a warrant.
Gotcha.
We're out to extradite her to Florida. Right.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Now we got it. Okay. that was confusing. What else we got?
Because journalists don't know how to write, apparently.
Well, it's a shitty online wrestling site. It's not like it's ESPN.
You're acting like they know how to write.
Yeah, the people that fired like a third of their.
Valid point.
You have to remember, this is the same people who hired Coach.
Hey, don't diss on Coach.
Poor Coach.
Coach is cool.
Dance the Charleston, Coach.
Anyway.
Remember that, John?
Yeah.
Also, just as a note, despite seemingly being in the clear in regards to the legal issues of the airport incident, Alberto is still suspended from GFW. That decision is being enforced by President Ed Nordholm, and it's unclear when that suspension will end. So we will see how that plays out.
That one good deed still doesn't make up for all the bullshit you threw at the Hardys' head.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
We're not there
I'm sorry, you're in the road dog camp right now of one good does not make up all the bullshit you've thrown at us.
Yeah. Basically. All right, moving along. Let's just mention this here. WWE reported record revenue in quarter 2 for 2017, so they're making money, which is good.
It's WWE. They're going to make money.
Yeah. Revenue increased 8% to a record $214.6 million as WWE's live event and network segments achieved highest quarterly revenue in company history. Operating income was $10.7 million, and adjusted OIBDA1 of $18.1 million was in line with the company's guidance. The network averaged 1.63 million paid subscribers over the second quarter, which represented an 8% increase from that time period in 2016. They launched localized shows in India and the Middle East. WWE Sunday Damal in Hindi with Sony Pictures Networks, and WWE Waluha in Arabic with OSN feature highlights of Raw and SmackDown. So there you go.
Yeah, well, I can tell you exactly why they're higher.
Okay.
Number one, watchable programming. Number two, watchable programming on like TV. People are actually interested in Raw and SmackDown. And number two, smacking talk. So, Talking Smack. I can guarantee you that with Talking Smack now off the air and concurrently Raw Talk, yeah, those numbers are probably going to go down like a lot.
We'll find out. It's completed multi-year agreement to televise Raw and SmackDown on SuperSport, Africa's premier sports broadcaster, which will, for the first time, bring WWE up to being broadcast in more than 50 countries worldwide.
Wow. Yeah, they'll be making money off all the worldwide distribution, definitely.
Digital for the first 6 months, digital engagement metrics continue to grow. Video views up 18% to 9.1 billion, and social media followers increasing 19% to 800 million. Global sponsorship revenue 25% increase year to date, driven by new deals with companies like KFC, Nestle, and AT&T, and gaming partners Psyonix, Squeenix, and Activision.
My God, now that you said Squeenix, I'm just like, oh, I don't want to see Squeenix try to artistically render WWE superstars. Oh my God. Yeah, John knows exactly what I'm thinking about. I'm like, oh no.
No, but if you're playing Final Fantasy 16 and you fucking summon an Eidolon and just the music hits and Stone Cold comes out and fucking stuns whatever poor sap it is, that'd be worth $1.99. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but you do realize if they did that, because it's Squeenix, he wouldn't look like Stone Cold. He would look like Tyler fucking Breeze.
But it would be him. No, they could do bald people.
They can.
I wouldn't trust them to do someone that's maybe of a different color, looking at Zaz and Barrett. But
they might make him bald, but they're going to make him a pretty boy because it's Squeenix. All of their males have to be pretty boys. You know this. Even their villains have to be pretty boys. Look at
he's older. The older
that's not true.
Aren't always like that. He'd look like Orin. Orin was fucking awesome.
I mean, Orin was cool. I'll give you that.
Well, no, if anything, he'll show up looking like a younger, more muscular Master Xehanort.
But that's Stone Cold's Heartless, which is also named Stone Cold.
Exactly.
But it isn't really Stone Cold.
Oh, God.
This is nobody's Steve Austin.
Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC, the WWE Universe.
There you go.
10 out of 10 would buy.
Yeah. Let's see. Marketing Lagardère Sports marketing agency was selected to further develop the company's global sponsorship business. Completed agreements to develop several new mobile games with GLU Mobile, maker of Racing Rivals and Kim Kardashian Hollywood.
Okay, then. So that means it's going to be a WWE Divas mobile game?
Maybe.
Probably. And also, of course, Sega, creator of Sonic the Hedgehog. Of course, Sega's new WWE Tap Mania launched about 10 days ago.
That one developer. We're now announcing Total Divas, the mobile game.
Extended Mattel's global master toy licensing agreement through 2021. WWE action figures continue to rank among the top 3 action figure properties in the U.S.
Okay, then.
So WWE doing quite well in quarter 2. Good stuff.
What are the other 2 top action figures?
I don't know. That's a good question. If I had to take a guess, one of them is probably Marvel.
The other one's probably DC then.
That could be.
I was like, Minecraft?
I would imagine Power Rangers is probably in the top 5.
They're pretty much. I'm given movies. I'd imagine Transformers is still in there somewhere.
Those aren't action figures, though, are they?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Why wouldn't they be?
I don't know. I thought they'd be classified differently, but.
I don't think the movie stuff sold as well, though, so I could see them not being there. But
I don't know.
I would think Power Rangers would probably be higher than Transformers at this point, especially with the popularity of the movie.
Oh, well, yeah, number 1 was Star Wars.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, you said Marvel.
Yeah, pretty much. Basically, anything the mouse currently owns. So
WWE, they're coming for you.
Yeah, basically. Anyway. So good stuff for the WWE in terms of outlook. So
Indeed.
They'll be around for a long time for us to mock and ridicule. Here's an interesting thing. Normally, WWE's not this blatant about this, or at least they haven't been since the Attitude Era. So now WWE has this group of people, their fan council.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
They're people on their fan council. They send them surveys every so often.
Oh, okay. I thought
Apparently they can listen to them.
No,
helps them get feedback on what to do.
So it's WWE's version of the Power Force?
Kind of.
That Power Force gets free shit.
The Rope Force.
There you go. Well, and I think this group is larger, but at any rate, WWE went to their fan council and sent out an interesting survey.
Sorry.
WWE Fan Council. What is this thing? Let's see. Oh, WWEFancouncil.com.
I don't know. While you're reading it, I'm picturing, maybe Jeff will get this. I'm picturing Vince coming and sit down like fucking Gendo, and there's those like slabs with the numbers on it. That's the fan council.
Actually, I'm
Must
imagining
push Daniel Bryan. I don't think so.
I'm imagining him sitting down there like Gendo, and then he just has this wall of screens like fucking Nick Fury and Shield, where Nick Fury is like talking to the Shield people. He's just like, yes.
Yeah. Stop trying to make Vince cool.
Let's see, the fan council, diverse and dynamic group of people sharing their thoughts on a wide range of WWE topics and initiatives. As a member, you'll have the opportunity to voice your opinions and help us improve our services by answering short surveys. As a way of showing our appreciation, you'll be entered into a sweepstakes draw with a chance to win gift cards to the WWE shop.
Wow.
That's not bad.
So instead of Saban, who just gives his fans free shit, it's like, no, we're going to give you the opportunity to win an opportunity to get free shit. You're like, what?
Well, he said there was more people.
Yeah, it's a big. I mean, there's a button right here that says join the fan council, so I think you could just sign up. Or at least you could.
I don't think it would cost WWE that much to once in a while send them like a free T-shirt or something.
You would think, but anyway, yeah, you could just join the fan council, or at least submit your name for consideration. So, WWEFancouncil.com if anybody's interested in taking a look at that.
I'm gonna sign everybody up.
No, we should join.
So anyway, the fan council was sent a survey last week asking for feedback on which non-WWE talent they consider their favorites.
Oh boy.
All the names included on the list are people from GFW, ROH, New Japan, and Lucha Underground.
I bet you number one is Kenny Omega.
Well, I don't know if the order, but these are the people that were on the list in no particular order. The Young Bucks, Tiger Mask, Phoenix spelled with an F, like Marcus Phoenix. The Briscoes, Santana, Kushida in all caps. The Mac, Ethan Carter, Pentagon Dark, Kenny Omega, Kazuchika Okada, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Hangman Page, Sienna, Taya, Kelly Klein, Marty Scurll, something like that. Scurll. S-C-U-R-L-L. Scurll. Deonna Purrazzo, Ortiz, Will Ospreay, Son of Havoc, Killshot, Kenny King, War Machine, Bobby Lashley, Angelica Love, Jushin Thunder Liger, Mil Muertes, Tetsuya Naito, Texano, and Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, I'm predicting right now, Kenny Omega probably number one by a long, long, long margin.
I don't know. Have you seen Will Ospreay? Dude's fucking good.
Yeah, but Kenny Omega is one everyone is saying we want him in WWE.
He is good.
Yeah, but Will Ospreay made the Fuck That Owl t-shirt.
True.
Anyway, yeah, so those apparently somebody's trying to figure out who they should sign, I guess.
Also, I wouldn't pick Kenny Omega because he seems really happy.
Well, the other reason they want Kenny Omega is because they have all the rest of his fucking his team.
They don't have the Young Bucks yet, though.
No, well, aside from them, but all the rest of them, they're all in NXT.
The problem is they'd have to like change his name and his other shit, and he wouldn't have his cool shirts. And...
Well, couldn't they just call him Omega? Just drop the Kenny like they do with a lot of their talent?
Could, maybe.
It's not because it's not like they use Neville's first name anymore.
They don't.
which is
Cesaro.
too bad because his first name's awesome.
They don't like first names. They don't like people having multiple names. On a related note, I had mentioned this in another article, but supposedly in the near future, Elias Sampson is just going to be Elias.
I'm okay with that.
Like, I think they should get Kenny Omega if they don't want to use his full name. Call him Omega and like basically make him Darkseid.
No, call him KO. Nobody. Fuck.
Oops.
Naming on a pole match. He's gonna fight Owens. Yes.
Yes. Perfect.
See, WWE, I can come up with dumb shit too. You don't need Russo.
Nobody needs Russo.
That's true.
Name in the Bank ladder match.
Especially since he can't feed his family or whatever the fuck else that crazy funny shit was.
His wife's gonna leave him because he can't get his dick hard.
Oh shit.
Cornette. Anyway. So here's something interesting. I don't know if this is leaning in the pay-per-view direction or if maybe Shane and Daniel Bryan have decided to take advantage of something, given their show's current location.
Okay.
But it was worth noting that on July 24th, WWE, presumably having had it in the past, once again filed for the trademark Taboo Tuesday.
Nice.
Trademark application reads as follows: entertainment services, namely a show about professional wrestling; entertainment services, namely the production and exhibition of wrestling events rendered live and through broadcast media, including TV and radio, and via the internet or commercial online service; providing wrestling news and information via a global computer network, providing basically anything that it might potentially be used for. Online community portal, website, fan club services, organizing staging events with fan club members, online newsletters, blah, 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 yeah. So.
I would say, unless it's going to replace SmackDown, don't do it, because people already hate the fact that you have 205 Live on after SmackDown.
Well, what I was thinking of was what it might be is it might be basically a particular episode of SmackDown would be deemed Taboo Tuesday. And that particular episode of SmackDown will be voted on by the people as Daniel Bryan and Shane trying to prove how revolutionary they are by allowing the people to run the show for the night.
See, that I would accept.
I could see them doing that.
Yeah.
I would accept that.
Me.
Yeah.
So Taboo Tuesday potentially returning. That should be interesting. And then we're going to come to our top 2 stories of the week. And I'm actually going to do the 7 deities first because the other one, holy shit.
Okay, then.
It's both amazing and hysterical and what the fuck. We're going to get
one
there.
I'm thinking of. Yes, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, you probably know. Yeah, all right. But in the meantime, so Anthem Sports says they aren't back to negotiating with the Hardys. There was a detailed interview with Sports Illustrated. Who interviewed President Ed Nordholm of the GFW and Anthem EVP. And basically, when asked about this, in regards to what prevented the deal from happening, Nordholm replied, "What prevented it from completion is that we've never come to terms. I have made numerous offers going back to February and the time of the cease and desist letter to ROH about that pay-per-view. To make an arrangement with Matt Hardy to use the gimmick. Every time we have those conversations, they sort of start warm and then end up not coming to fruition due to an inability to come to an agreement as to what basis I would confer those rates to him." They asked if he would ever sell the property and also would he want more money if the creation is used on WWE. And Nordholm said, "I've stopped thinking about this. We have a show to put on and a company and a brand. We've got things on our plate that are more important than sorting out the broken brilliance. I made a genuine effort to resolve something to benefit the Hardys as a goodwill gesture to Matt. It didn't reach a conclusion and we're moving on. We're not going back to it. I'm not interested in opening a new dialogue. I'm not interested in opening another conversation about it. We made our best effort. It didn't happen and I'm not going to negotiate all over again." Sports Illustrated said there are reports that Anthem is working to prevent the Hardys from even attempting to pursue similar trademarks, characters, or storylines, asking whether that is true and what was the benefit for Anthem owning the Broken Universe. And Nordholm replied, "We paid for it. We have invested in it. It's our asset. What is the benefit to WWE owning all of the intellectual property that they claim rights on? It just is. It's our intellectual property. It's no different than WWE protecting their rights on intellectual property long after the performers who used to carry it left the promotion. Why would I just give it away now? It makes no sense to me." In addition, and so that was his statement on that. The full interview can be found online over at sportsillustrated.com.
We paid for it.
Yeah,
They
and
paid
he
for it.
still didn't answer the question put forth by the interviewer of would he ever would they ever attempt to stop the Hardys and or WWE from using a similar gimmick. He never addressed that.
He did not. However, the Hardys did not take too kindly to this. And Rebby and Matt both went on Twitter. And I'm going to do, I'll do Rebby's first.
Okay.
Get this tweet to open up. There we go. So somebody tweeted to there was a tweet went out from PW Insider saying Ed Nordholm says Matt Hardy isn't being honest regarding his Impact company, and there's the links to the article. And Rebby Hardy quoted this and replied, Rebby Hardy says Matt Hardy has taped every phone call with Ed Nordholm. And hashtag no cred Ed is lying through his yellow Canadian teeth.
And Jim has gone silent.
No, I'm just checking something.
Check faster.
No Cred Ed is totally an upcoming wrestler.
Hashtag no cred Ed. And then Matt also sent out a tweet at Matt Hardy Brand, added that at Ed Nordholm did an interview in which he blatantly lied to defame me. I have this entire convo recorded for proof, checking with lawyers. And specifically, he quotes a portion of the article that was not mentioned in what I read before, which says here, and I quote, as soon as they'll let me click on it so I can read it. There we go. Anthem claims, Sports Illustrated, Anthem claims that 3 days prior to the March Impact tapings, Matt Hardy advised he would not sign the agreement unless Impact agreed to pay him an additional $100,000 over and above what had been agreed to in the term sheet. Multiple sources have denied this statement and claim that it is an outright spin to make Matt Hardy look bad. Is there any truth to the statement? Nordholm replied, absolutely. On a Sunday night before a Thursday taping, when he had the contract for a period of time, Matt Hardy called me to let me know he needed another $100,000 or else he wanted to explore his options. I don't say that to make him look bad. I'm saying it because I don't blame him for trying to maximize his economics on his last big run. The reality is I couldn't afford to go another $100,000 at that particular time, and I had to say no. And Matt Hardy's calling complete and utter bullshit on that. So Lord only knows what's going to happen with the legal things there, because now it's a defamation suit.
I like that. I didn't have that at the time. Like trying to slide that in there of like, maybe I do now. Maybe.
Yeah. Possibly?
Maybe not.
Perhaps. All right, let's go to what I'm considering our top story for the week, because this is great. And it's not often I get to start an article like an old school joke.
Yes, I was hoping you would do something like that.
So, let's just talk about this for a second. So, Braun Strowman and Karen Jarrett walked into a bar.
Oh, this story.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you heard about this too.
You told me about it.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember if I did or not. Fair enough. So anyway, in Nashville, Tennessee, on July 17th, people from both WWE and GFW ended up at the same bar. The bar has not been identified thus far. Apparently, GFW was holding some meetings in Nashville while WWE had Raw there that particular evening. So the story involves Karen Jarrett and Braun Strowman, with reports indicating that apparently Karen Jarrett in the bar approached Braun Strowman for an autograph for her son, who was apparently a big fan of Braun's. Strowman reportedly had no idea who Karen was, and depending on what version you want to believe, either was rude to Karen or swore at her. Karen didn't take to it kindly and immediately cut a major loud promo on Braun for blowing her off, and during the tirade indicated she would go and tell her son's father about the incident. Of course, her son's father and ex-husband is Raw General Manager Kurt Angle. When Strowman heard this, he was said to immediately change his tune and agree to not only sign the autograph, but was said to have begged Karen not to tell Kurt or anyone else. He also repeatedly apologized to Karen, but said she would still be telling Kurt about this, so Strowman then reportedly said he'd get on his knees and beg. As the story goes, Strowman eventually did get on his knees and begged her not to tell anyone in front of a lot of WWE wrestlers. Karen then said that even if Kurt was not the father of her son, he should not act like that to a mother who was simply asking for an autograph for her son, and Strowman agreed and once again apologized.
Does anyone else think that half this stuff has to be fake? Like, there's no pictures of Strowman on his knees. That many people, that many cell phones, that many can't. Come on.
I don't know.
And also, we're supposed to believe that, like, Kurt couldn't get a fucking autograph for his kid. Like,
well, Kurt doesn't have custody of his fucking kids.
Yeah, but that would make him the cool dad. Also,
that's true.
And then what would then why would telling him matter? If she's like, Kurt, remember me? And he's like, oh yeah, sure. It's like, one of your wrestlers didn't get a autograph for your son. He's like, okay, why don't you go to hell, bitch, and just hangs up. I'm like, what? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
I have integrity, whore, and then he just hangs up. Like, what is? Also, Kurt's not really the GM, so it's not. I mean, like, he does. Granted, he's a veteran, so it might make people look poorly on Strowman to, do that. But at the same time, Kurt doesn't really have any power, so telling him wouldn't.
I'm not sure she knows. I'm not sure if she knows that.
Oh God, yeah. I'm not saying this didn't happen, but it seems like there's a couple elements that I'm like, I don't know if those really add up. Because my first thought was, why wouldn't Kurt have asked them for a fucking autograph?
Well, in a follow-up here, it's posted earlier today. So the version that was posted via the Wrestling Observer newsletter indicated Karen asked Braun for an autograph, was ignored, so she threatened telling him to Kurt Angle, who's the father of her son, leading to Strowman begging and apologizing. Another version floating online indicates it was Karen who was aggressive towards Strowman, while a third version, according to PW Insider, suggests that it was a drunken conversation between two drunk people in a bar that got loud and nothing worse. Nothing more, anyway. So take that plausible. As you will.
Am I the only one who could see, like, Karen and Jarrett either showing up at Kurt Angle's door or, like, calling him? It's like your wrestler Braun Strowman refused to sign an autograph for your son. It's like, oh, really? Hang on a second. Hey, Jason, come here. Yeah. Hey, Jason, did you ask Braun for an autograph? No.
I did.
I don't see the problem here.
Ha! 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 Ha!
I would laugh way too hard if one of them was just like, you wanted Braun's autograph? All right, give up the broken IP.
Oh!
Damn! Make it happen.
That would probably shut them up for a month.
Probably, yeah. That is true. Nice. Okay. Well done. All right, so let's move on to the show proper. Open up the document here. All right. So we'll start off with a look at the scores. These up over here. Let me get my screen share going. Got that. Screen share, please. All right. So, as you can see here, we're literally at the point where there's 1,000 points between each of us. In the lead at 82-61 is Team Extreme, followed at 72-81 by the Certified Balor Club, and then at 62-58 is Team Apocalypse.
So as I told Jeff earlier, if he gets 2K18 above me, does he just automatically win?
Yeah.
No, because I don't have Seth freaking Rollins to leverage that.
Yeah.
You will next time.
Maybe.
Possibly. We shall see.
Go after him.
Yep. Anyway. So that was the scores. As we go to the leaderboards, at the top of the leaderboards is, well, prior to us talking about these shows, the United States champion Kevin Owens.
No.
At 653, followed by the WWE champion Jinder Mahal at 610, followed by Neville, Cruiserweight champion at 590. followed by AJ Styles at 574. The Miz, the Intercontinental Champion, at 530. The Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss at 504. Samoa Joe at 475. Akira Tozawa at 463. Finn Balor at 452. And rounding out the top 10 still is Seth freaking Rollins at 449. All right. Let's put these guys in order. And we will proceed with the program. Let me get my link to Raw. And we'll open this shit up. Raw this week emanated from the Verizon Center in Washington, D.C. And we opened up with Raw GM Kurt Angle coming out to the ring. He talks about his son.
Does he have another kid again?
No.
Oh, okay. Phew.
Not that we can tell. And then he talks about Jason Jordan being his son and getting an opportunity to show what he can do on Raw tonight. And it's up to Jason what he does with that opportunity. He's then going to announce Lesnar's opponent for SummerSlam when he's interrupted by Braun Strowman. Strowman comes out to the ring, tells Kurt he better be Lesnar's opponent. Then Joe interrupts and introduces himself to Strowman face-to-face. Roman Reigns then comes down to the ring and reminds everybody that he retired The Undertaker and therefore he should be the one to face Lesnar. Angle gets in the middle and says he's changed his mind about Lesnar's opponent at SummerSlam, and then the main event will now be a fatal four-way match with all three of them fighting Brock for the Universal title. Joe is not pleased, but Angle says his decision is final. Strowman says he doesn't care what kind of match. He just he just cares about piling bodies. Reigns tells Strowman to shut up and then punches him, but Strowman grabs Reigns and Joe by the throats. They manage to take Strowman outside and dump him over the fan barricade. Joe then turns his attention to Reigns, and they brawl around ringside. Joe takes Reigns back in the ring where they trade strikes till Strowman gets back in, drops Joe, and then Reigns into the ring, gets thrown into the ring post. Angle calls for help from the security, but they can't stop Strowman. Joe then puts Strowman in the coquina clutch from behind, and Roman spears him. And several wrestlers then manage to hold back Samoa Joe before he can attack Reigns. But Strowman does get a hold of Reigns and drops him in the ring. So, there you go there. It's going to be a promo and an assault for all those guys. And Roman and Joe are getting a finisher. So let's see, a promo is 5 and an assault is 4. So that's 9 points to Braun Strowman. Six. And then Roman Reigns is going to get the 9 for that, plus 1 for the spear is going to put him at 340. And Samoa Joe is going to be the same thing for the coquina clutch. He'll be at 485. All right. So. And we clear the ring, and then we have our opening match of Elias Samson versus Finn Balor in a no DQ match. Which amounts to Strowman and Balor come out and beat each other with chairs. And Samson targets Finn Balor's bad shoulder for the duration of the match.
Not the 2 stitches on his head?
No, bad shoulder. And so we get around to the end of the match when Balor beats Samson with a chair and then hits it with a running dropkick in the corner, then another one, and then the coup de grace. Before you get the pinfall, the lights go out. When they come up, Bray Wyatt hits him with a Sister Abigail and then disappears. And then Samson jumps on top of Balor and pins him for the win. So it's Bray Wyatt with an interference and a finisher. Can you not chew chips in my fucking ear?
Sorry.
Mute yourself, you uncultured swine. Okay, so anyway, Bray Wyatt is going to get 6 for an interference and 1 for the finisher is 7 points. That puts him at 412. And then Finn Balor lost the match, so Finn Balor is going to get himself 5 points for competing, 3 for being in a specialty match is 8. And he had 7 move points, is 15 points to Finn Balor. $62,467. And then Elias Sampson won the match, so he's going to get 20 points for winning, 10 points for winning a specialty match is 30. He's going to get 5 for competing is 35, 3 for competing in a specialty is 38. And let's see. Elias Sampson did not hit any moves, apparently, but he will get 3 for weapon use. I just lost count. 35, 6, 7, that's 38. And weapon use is 41 points to Elias.
Wow.
I just minimized the stupid thing. That was great. Oopsie. All right. So 41 points to Elias up here. It's 193. And also 3 additional points to Balor because he used the chair too, and I forgot about that. What the hell is he? There we go. So Balor's just going to be at 470 even then. Okay. So after this, Bray Wyatt crawls over to Balor, who is out cold, and stares at him and then disappears in the lights. Bailey, we cut to the back. Bailey and the Hardy Boys hawk Sonic pretzel dogs. Does that count as a promo?
Is it? No, it looked more like a commercial, but I don't know.
Okay, we won't count that. Moving on.
It was a little funny.
I kind of want to try one of those pretzel dogs. Anyway, so we come back where we have a video package about the Jason Jordan reveal. And then Kurt does an interview in the back with Renee where he says that Jason wanted to prove on his own that he'll be a successful singles competitor. He gets interrupted by Emma, who complains about her lack of opportunities, so Kurt books her in a match against Nia Jax. Promo to Emma. All right. So Enzo is backstage, and he gets approached by the Big Show. He tells Big Show he has a plan, and he's going to show Cass he's not scared of him. So promo to Cass and Big Show. And sorry, to Enzo and Big Show, rather. Wrong one. See, Big Show.
Did Big Show actually say anything?
I don't know. I didn't see that part of the show.
No. Well, to be fair, I didn't see any of the show, so yeah.
I'm giving him the points anyway.
So yes, he said it and won the singles belts, all of them.
Yes. And let's see, we'll go to Enzo. That's 190. So how about this? New rule to help John. 20 points every time Big Show turns.
Yes.
I'll say yes, if only because he's probably not going to turn it all between now and SummerSlam.
Probably not, yeah.
Probably not. Anyway. So let's see here. So then we go to the ring where Enzo comes out and cuts a promo. And then has a match against Cass. And Cass pretty much dominates the match, although Enzo does manage to do a nice counter of a attempted fallaway slam into a sleeper hold. But inevitably he gets shut down. And then Cass tries to beat up Enzo after the match, but Big Show interrupts. Cass then throws Enzo at the Big Show. Then boots Big Show in the face and then hits him with 4 Empire elbows. and then stomps on him some more before leaving. So let's see, that's going to be Enzo lost the match, but had the 3 for the counter. So Enzo's going to get 5 for that, and 3 is 8 points to Enzo, plus the pre-match promo. But I'll just consider that an extension of the backstage promo, so I won't give him extra points on that. So we'll just give Enzo 8 points. And then Cass gets 20 for winning, 5 for competing is 25, and 6 moves is 31 points to Cass. $74. And then Big Show is going to get an assault. Actually, Cass gets an assault too because he beat up the Big Show, so we're going to 278. And then Big Show will get an assault as well. It's about 87. Okay. Following that match, Alexa Bliss does an interview where she says no matter who wins out of Sasha and Bayley tonight, the real winner is Alexa because she'll beat either one of them at SummerSlam. Promo to Alexa. 509. Following this, we cut out to the ring for Nia Jax versus Emma, where Emma gets squashed in about 5 seconds. Tackle, splashes in the corner, elbow drop, senton bomb.
Wow.
Yeah. And I mean, Emma threw a shot across the ref and hit it with some drop kicks, but that was about it. So Emma will get 5 showing up points. And Nia will get 20 for winning a match. 5 for competing is 25. And Nia had 4 moves. Well, Emma had 1 move. I lied. Emma did have a move. Must have been the drop kick. Okay. 90. Anyway, as I was saying, 25 to Nia plus 4 moves is 29 to Nia. 202, it's going to be 211. After this, we cut back where Akira Tozawa does an interview about his match being called off last week. Titus walks in and says he knows Tozawa wants his hands on Daivari, but he needs to let his shoulder heal first. And he says he got Tozawa's match against Daivari tonight canceled out of concern for his health. And Tozawa was not happy, and he storms off toward the gorilla position. Tozawa then comes out to the ring, and Titus follows him, asking him to reconsider. And Tozawa gets fed up, shoves Titus, and then calls out Daivari. Neville comes out instead, takes credit for injuring Tozawa, says he can't stand to go toe-to-toe with the king of the cruiserweights. He then gets in the ring and gets in Tozawa's face, so Tozawa punches him. Tozawa goes up top and hits a senton drop onto Neville, but then Daivari runs in and beats Tozawa down, and then he beats down Neville too. So that's promo to Tozawa, and well, that's promo to Titus. Let's start with that. And then Tozawa's going to get promo and assault, and the senton drop is a finisher. So that's going to be 10 points to Tozawa. And then Daivari's going to get assault. And then Neville's going to get assault. And Neville also gets a promo because he spoke too.
Woohoo.
So 9 points to Neville. Put him at 599. So after all the cruiserweight stuff goes down, Bayley and Sasha are backstage talking about their match. Bayley said they've had matches before and they're still friends, and they'll be friends after tonight as well. And Sasha says she can't wait to get her hands on Alexa Bliss. Bayley says, well, maybe it's me. And Sasha says the best woman will win tonight. Promo to Bayley and Sasha. $392. All right. After this, Jason Jordan does an interview, says he's grateful to compete on Raw tonight and he's able to handle the pressure. And he still can't believe that his hero, Kurt Angle, is his father. Promo to Jason Jordan. Nine. All right, so after this, Seth Rollins approaches Dean Ambrose in the back to give him a pep talk for their match tonight. But Ambrose says he still doesn't trust Rollins, and he walks off. So promo to Rollins and Ambrose. When they go to the ring for Bayley versus Sasha Banks, with the winner to receive a shot at Alexa Bliss's women's title at SummerSlam. And the ladies go back and have a good back-and-forth match that ends when Sasha hits a frog splash for a pinfall, but Bayley reverses the pin into one of her own for the win. So Bayley will go on to face Alexa Bliss. How about that, John?
Yay.
Not that you don't have both of these ladies, but...
Yeah, no. But...
All right, so each lady had 3 move points. So Sasha will get 5, and the 3 is 8 points to Sasha. Put Sasha at 400 even. And then Bayley gets 20 for winning, 5 for competing is 25, and 3 move points is 28 points to Bayley. It's 38 to 46. All right. After the match, Alexa goes down to the ring, and she and Bayley stare each other down, and then Alexa leaves. I guess that'll be an appearance for Alexa. Well, no, because she already appeared. Never mind. Moving on. Kurt Hawkins then does an interview backstage where he says he's tired of hearing about Jason Jordan, and he's going to give people something new to talk about after he beats Jason Jordan tonight. Promo to Kurt Hawkins. Spoilers, he doesn't win.
What?
I know.
Congratulations on your 100-match losing streak, Kurt Hawkins.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Jason Jordan comes out and beats up Kurt Hawkins. So, yeah, Hawkins started trash talking. Jordan fires up with some suplexes, and then hit his finisher, the back suplex into a spinning neck breaker finishing maneuver. So Jordan with a victory there. So Hawkins gets 5 for competing. Kurt Hawkins gets 5 points. That's 64.
So did Jason Jordan come out to American Alpha, or did they finally change his theme song and stuff?
I don't know.
We haven't gotten to the part where you came in yet?
No, because I came in really late because after work I went out with Lois and Cam for pizza.
Wow. Okay.
So I was not home at the usual time. So anyway, Jason Jordan gets 20 for winning, 5 for competing, and 3 moves. It's 28 points to Jason Jordan. Not bad for an opening outing. $969 and 78 points to Jason Jordan. All right. After this, the Revival comes out to the ring for an interview. And they dismiss the interviewer and say they're here on Raw to take their rightful place as the new top tag team. I think this is right about where I came in. However, they're interrupted by the Club, who may or may not have turned face at some point. I couldn't tell. I mean, they came out and started promoting on the Revival like they were face. Like saying this is, they didn't say Club Country, but they used some abbreviation that I'm sure means something. You know, basically, this is, you know, this is our country here. You know, they didn't come here to see you; they came here to see us. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, but anyway, so Gallows and Anderson interrupted. They said they object to the Revival calling themselves the top guys because all they see are a couple of top nerds. And with that, the club and the Revival have a match. Tag team match play. Which results in a back and forth between these gentlemen. Sheamus and Cesaro are watching from the back. And the Hardy Boys come out near the end of the match after Dash manages to save Dawson from a boot of doom. And the Hardy Boys' appearance distracts the Revival, which gives Gallows and Anderson a brief advantage until it also distracts Gallows and Anderson, and the Revival counter into a Shatter Machine on Anderson for the victory. After that, the Hardy Boys hit the ring and brawled with the Revival, hit a Whisper in the Wind on Dash, and a Twist of Fate on Dawson, but when Jeff went for the Swanton, Dash pulled him out of the ring. So let's see here. So we'll do the club first. So Carl Anderson did not hit any moves. So Carl Anderson is going to get 5 points for competing in the match, 5 for the pre-match promo. Is 10 points to Carl Anderson. And then we have Luke Gallows, who will get the same 10 points, plus 3 for moves, is 13 points to Luke Gallows. And then the Revival, Dash and Dawson each got 1 point because the only thing they hit was a Shatter Machine. So Dash and, so let's see, who got the victory on this? I lost track. Who was the legal man? Let's see, Dash broke up the boot of doom, so I'm going to assume that Dawson was the legal man. So we'll do Dash first then. So Dash is going to get 15 points for being on the winning team. He's going to get 5 for competing is 20, and 1 for moves is 21. Plus 5 for the pre-match promo is 26 points to Dash. So that's 92, 02, and 6 is 108. And then Dawson is going to get 20 for the victory, 5 for competing is 25, 1 for his move is 26, and 5 for the pre-match promo is 31 to Scott Dawson. Yeah, 92, 02, 12, 122. Then the Hardy Boys are going to get interference points and post-match assault. Well, no, yeah, it's interference. So 6 for the interference, 4 for post-match brawl is 10. They hit a Whisper in the Wind is 11 each. And Matt hit a Twist of Fate. So 11 for Jeff and 12 for Matt.
I would just like to point out Whisper in the Wind is Jeff's move.
It is, but he has to jump off of Matt to do it, so it qualifies as a tag team move.
No, the Whisper in the Wind is the one he jumps off the turnbuckle to do it and just flips around. Poetry in Motion is the one you're thinking of. That's a tag team move.
Well, it says they hit the Whisper in the Wind on Dash.
Well, then they must mean Poetry in Motion because Whisper in the Wind is Jeff Hardy's top turnbuckle move. But he's got his back to his opponent and he does the flip and lands on him.
Right. So they probably meant a Poetry in Motion. I'm going to give them each a point anyway.
Okay.
So as I was saying, so Jeff gets 11 because his Swanton got interrupted. So Jeff will get 11 points. That's going to be 416. And Matt is going to get himself 12, which is 404. All right. So there we go. We cut back to the locker room where The Miz gives The Miztourage a pep talk for their match tonight. So promo to The Miz and The Miztourage. Miz and Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. Okay. And then we have our main event, which is a handicap match, which qualifies as a specialty, if I recall correctly. And that'll be Rollins and Ambrose versus the Miztourage. And they have a back-and-forth fight. And the whole thing ends after Miz eats a knee from Rollins and then a dirty deeds. But after the match, Ambrose leaves Rollins hanging on the Shield fist bump.
Actually, all right. So I got two things to say about this one. One, it says someone mentioned one of the things I watch. Apparently, at the end of that match, they embraced. They actually talked to each other, and then Rollins went for the fist bump, and Ambrose left him hanging. And as a person mentioned, they felt that because they embraced, WWE kind of fucked up, because if you're trying to build to them coming back as a Shield, but for right now, Ambrose kind of doesn't want anything to do with Rollins. Having him embrace Rollins is kind of the thing you don't want them to do, because it's like, well, okay, so now we know obviously Ambrose doesn't have that much beef with Rollins because he fucking hugged him at the end of the match. So it kind of lessens the impact of, oh, the Shield are back together, which I can kind of agree with. I don't know if you guys agree with that assessment or not.
Yeah, I could see that.
Jim?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. And the other thing is you're trying to lead up to the reunification of the Shield. Fucking Rollins and Ambrose, two guys who are supposed to not be on the same page. Hell, Ambrose is supposed to not even like Rollins, and they just basically won a 4-on-2 handicap. What the shit? I don't think they need Reigns at this point. Maybe that's just me. Because I assume Maurice was out there. That's why I say 4-on-2. I don't know. Jim can either confirm or deny that. He has the results in front of him. And all he does is laugh. That's great.
Confirm or deny what now?
And he just completely Jimmed our entire video.
I didn't Jim your video. I heard you talking. I just didn't hear where a 4 on whatever came from.
Again, you completely Jimmed me when I was saying the whole thing of that this is supposed to be leading to supposedly the reunification of the Shield, that they're supposed to come back together. But Rollins and Ambrose, two men who aren't exactly on the same page. Hell, Ambrose supposedly doesn't even like Rollins at the moment. Just basically won a 4-on-2 handicap match. So, yeah, I don't think they really need Reigns at all.
That's true. They don't really, but they'll probably end up with him anyway, depending on how SummerSlam pans out.
And I was saying, I assume it was 4-on-2 because I assume Maurice was actually out there. I don't know, but you have the results, so.
And it doesn't mention Maurice, but she may have been.
I'm like, yeah, if you're trying to go for the reunification of the Shield, WWE, you kind of fucked up, because you've proven they don't even need to be fucking friends to win a 4-on-2 handicap match. So why should they even need Reigns?
I don't know.
Yeah, WWE totally fucked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to mention with regards to this match.
Okay, then.
Or go back to our regularly scheduled gymming.
Huh. So that's the end of Raw. So let's check out the scores.
Did you give Maurice points?
Did we confirm that she was there?
I don't know. I think it's a pretty safe assumption to make. What do you think, John?
I guess. I don't know.
All right, what the hell? Okay. Let's see what we got.
Indeed. It would be nice if we could see it too. It'd be nice if we could see it too. Hi, Jim.
Hi, how'd that happen?
You pulled a Jim and minimized your window?
I didn't even minimize it that time. Anyway, hit a refresh. Let's see where we're at. In the lead at 83-33 is Team Extreme, followed at 74-68 by Certified Balor Club, and at 64-47 is Team Apocalypse. I like to point out the unevenness of this roster, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, you have one more person than me and two more people than John.
Well, that's because we got rid of Mark Henry.
I know.
That's also because you gave me both Mike and Maria Kanellis.
Yeah, weren't you theoretically losing someone too?
Was I? I mean, I have someone in there. I see one person at least with 0 points.
I mean, he lost to Austin Aries, doesn't count.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, and I see 2 people on my roster with 0 points. So yeah.
See, Austin Aries doesn't count, so basically that would drop you even to me.
Yeah.
We just left him in there because we didn't want you to lose the points that he had earned you.
Yeah.
Right. Also, Jim, I did brief Baldy Wan Kenobi over there on the Great Khali situation, so.
Okay.
And he's cool with that, indeed.
Okay. That was 24, yeah. Okay, so 24, 17. SDL. 25, 17. 205 L 7, 25, 17. Okie dokie. So let's go back over here and we will move on to the SmackDown.
Indeed.
Indeed, indeed.
This show I did see. Well, I saw most of it. I missed like the first half an hour to an hour.
Yeah, so most of it. I just missed the first half. Good
Okay,
job.
so it's like the first half an hour then.
All right then.
Half an hour, 45 minutes. I forgot that it was. I was like, oh shit, that's right. It's on. Change the channel.
Fair enough. Anywho, so SmackDown this week emanating from the Coliseum in Richmond, Virginia. We open the program up with the new U.S. champion, Kevin Owens, coming down to the ring to open up the show. He gets on the mic and talks about taking back, he's in his suit, by the way, and begins talking about taking back his U.S. title from AJ Styles. It says he will now resume defending that title with the pride and honor that it deserves. He says that he is reinstating the Kevin Owens United States title open challenge, and it will begin next week. He says there's no way he would ever defend his title in front of a bunch of hicks from Richmond, which brings out AJ Styles. Styles gets to the ring, and Owens says, oh, you must be here to congratulate me and say that I'm the better man. And AJ says, no, he's here to get his rematch. Owens says he won't be defending his title tonight. Attempting to get out of this, which triggers... Did you hear about SmackDown, John?
Yes, I saw this clip.
Break the walls down! Break down the walls! He's back, baby! Chris Jericho comes down to the ring, list in hand.
I need one of those.
You do. And announces it's the return of Jericho. Drink it in, man! And Owens fans still, why the hell Jericho is here, but Jericho tells him to be quiet, 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 quiet. Quiet. That's how he does it. And says he's here to get a hit because he's recovering from some injuries that Owens inflicted, but the fact of the matter is he's still owed a rematch for the United States title as well. And he would like it right here and now. AJ proceeds to point out to Jericho that a lot has changed in the couple of months that he's been gone, And if anybody's getting a title match tonight, it's him. And Jericho says that AJ is butting in line ahead of him because technically he was owed the rematch first. And asks AJ if you know what happens when you try to cut a line in front of Y2J. Do you know what happened when I was at the grocery store and someone tried to cut in front of Chris Jericho in line? Let me guess, Jericho, you put him on your stupid list. No, I punched him in the face and put him in the walls of Jericho and I also have it in front of the cream corn. But as for you, AJ Styles, you know what happens when you try to cut in front of Chris Jericho for a title shot. Click, click. You just made the list! So AJ gets put on the list. While the two of them were having this discourse, Owens attempted to leave. And Jericho caught him out of the corner of his eye at the top of the ramp. I was like, whoa, where do you think you're going, Kevin Owens? Get back in this ring right now. And he's like, no, I'm not going to do that. But just as he's literally practically like almost in the doorway of the ramp, here comes the money. Oh, here we go. Here comes the money. Money, 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 with the money. Dollar, 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 dollar. Still one of the best theme songs.
Ching, ching, bling, bling.
Bling, patent pocket. Keep the dollar, dollar, and you really can't stop it. Anyway, so
Ladies and gentlemen, James Phoenix rapping live on the air.
Word life. This is basic thugonomics.
Yes.
Oh, look, this is basic thugonomics. Word life. Word life. Anyway,
coming soon to 2K18.
There you go. So Shane McMahon comes out and basically says that AJ and Jericho both have legitimate claims to the title, so they're both going to get a shot tonight against Kevin Owens in a triple threat match. Owens looks disgusted and leaves. So promo to all those gentlemen. So we'll go to the AJ. We'll get a promo. And Chris Jericho will get a promo. And Kevin Owens will get a promo. All right.
And Shane Oh.
Nope. So we see Corbin and Shinsuke getting ready for their match, and then they come out and they have their match. Said match involves a lot of outside the ring assault, beating up, and ends with a Kinshasa for the 3 count. So Baron Corbin's going to get 5 points for competing in the match. 1 for a move is 6 points to Corbin.
So after all his bullshit and douchebaggery, Road Dogg actually listened to the fans?
Apparently. Then Shinsuke Nakamura, we're going to get 20 points for winning, 5 for competing, and 1 for the Kinshasa. There's 26 points to Shinsuke. He's having 67, and 6 is 383.
Fair enough.
After this, we cut backstage to Naomi, who is interviewed, but gets quickly interrupted by Natalya, who says Naomi is disgracing the women's title. But Naomi thinks that Natalya is stuck in the past and says she will retain the belt at SummerSlam. Natalya walks off, but Carmella walks in with her briefcase and taunts Naomi with it.
Which is supposed to mean exactly what? It's not like Natalya's the champ.
No, she taunts Naomi with it.
Oh.
Natalya leaves, Carmella goes in, taunts Naomi.
Oh. Fair enough.
I just said that.
I thought I heard Natalya. I'm sorry.
No, I said Natalya leaves, and then Carmella walks in with a briefcase.
Fair enough.
Well, it could go either way, because even if Natalya wins at SummerSlam and becomes a champion, she could lose it immediately.
She could.
Anything's possible. So promo to those 3 ladies.
Though I don't think they would have Carmella cash in on a heel.
Anything's possible. I think they would rather have her do that than make Naomi look weak.
But would she really look weak if she got cashed in on after a match?
I don't know. Anyway, that's 5. That's 9. Natalia, and then Naomi, and then where's Carmella? Here we go.
Here we go now.
By the way, random note, in an interview, Mick Foley, on Twitter, Mick Foley put out how much he loves Naomi's Glow title belt, and Naomi thanked him for that compliment.
You mean her Chris Jericho title belt?
Yeah, basically.
That's literally what it is. It's just lights on the belt.
Yeah. Looks good, though.
Looks okay.
I think it looks cool.
You would. Well, you're a Jericho fan. Of course you think it looks cool. It's the belt of Jericho.
You know what?
Buckle it on, man.
Yeah, but let's be. Yeah, but you don't think it looks cool, but let's be fair. You know, one of your top 2 guys is known for wearing glow-in-the-dark face paint.
AJ Styles is known for wearing face paint.
I didn't mean score-wise.
No, I mean it's Mahal and Owens.
Yeah, but I didn't mean score-wise.
Oh, yeah, but that's back when he was on drugs. He's like clean and sober now. Have you seen him wear face paint since? I don't think so.
He wore some face paint at a house show.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, that was a story about that. People don't know if that meant he was bringing it back, but he hasn't used it on TV so far. So,
well, my guess is that was probably back when they were planning to start pushing heavily for the Broken Brilliance. Because if I remember correctly, Broken Jeff Hardy had face paint.
You mean Brother Nero?
Yeah, well, same thing, but yes.
Well, anyway, after this, we cut to the ring for a women's tag team match play of Charlotte and Becky versus Lana and Tamina.
Okay, then.
So they go back. There's some back and forth. Tamina does most of the work for her side. Lana gets a "You can't wrestle" chant.
Which is bullshit because she can wrestle better than about half that roster.
Now, if they'd let her. And the match ends when Charlotte kicks Tamina off the apron and then boots Lana in the face.
This is bullshit.
So anyway, so we'll do Lana and Tamina first since they lost the match. They each had 1 move. So each of them is going to get 5 for competing, or if the moves are 6 points each to Lana and Tamina. And to Tamina, down here somewhere. 51, okay. And then Charlotte got the victory, so we'll do Becky next. Becky had 2 moves, that's 15 for the winning team. 5 for competing is 20. 2 moves is 22 points to the fiery Irish lass.
To Becky the Wonder Bitch.
6, there we go.
Don remembers that reference.
I don't remember that reference.
Well, you wouldn't.
Why not?
It's a video game reference.
Ah, fair enough. By the way, I was reading up a little bit about Becky earlier while I was scoring, by the way. Props to Becky for 2006 coming back from a cranial nerve injury.
Wow.
To wrestle again. That's...
Wow.
Yeah. So, that was impressive. And granted, she took like 6 years off, but still.
Still.
Yeah.
Anyway, Charlotte won the match. Woo! So
Whoa.
Charlotte will get herself 20 for winning, 5 for competing, and 3 for moves. It's 28 points to Charlotte Flair. It's 94. That's 04, and 8 is going to be 312.
You think you should update her name to Charlotte Flair since she started using that now?
She's still just Charlotte.
To you.
It's good enough. They didn't actually call her Charlotte Flair that I can recall.
Yes, they did.
Okay.
They've been announcing her as Charlotte Flair, and it's in her Titantron.
Oh, wow.
I don't care. I'm leaving her as Charlotte.
I think they've been calling her Charlotte Flair ever since she face turned.
Fair enough. Makes sense. Anyway, so Lana looked confused after the match, and Tamina yelled at her. So, just mentioning. After that, we clear the ladies out of the ring, and we are joined by the WWE Champion Jinder Mahal.
The modern day Maharaja.
This time, Sans Singh brothers.
And Great Khali.
And Great Khali. The Singh brothers are out because they are injured from what Randy Orton did to them at the pay-per-view. Jinder gets on the mic and says everybody doubted him just like Orton, and now he's taking Orton's legacy from him. He demands to know who's next for him and who he'll be facing at SummerSlam. He begins to address his people in his native language, but... Fuck
off, Cena. Fuck off, Cena.
Before Cena can say anything, Mahal tells Cena that he knows what he's about to say, but Cena cuts him off, says he's not going to doubt Jinder, but instead wants to congratulate him, since he respects that Mahal is in the best shape of his life and that the title means so much to him that he'll do whatever he can to keep it. This is a congratulations, but also a heads up that he doesn't care if he has a giant or a band of merry men, because at SummerSlam, he's facing Super Cena.
He actually used Super Cena?
He called himself Super Cena.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
He says he's walking out of SummerSlam a 17-time champion, tells Mahal that he can't see him, and then leaves. But before Cena can make it to the back, Daniel Bryan comes out to interrupt. Daniel Bryan! Who says that Cena doesn't make the matches around here, he does. But says that he will make one, and that next week, John Cena will take on Shinsuke Nakamura, with the winner facing Jinder Mahal at SummerSlam. So there you go. So promo to all those folks.
We want Shinsuke. Wow, yeah, Cena must really be going out the door if he started calling himself Super Cena. That's it. Stick a fork in him. He's done. His career's over, people.
So that's John, and 5 points to Super Cena. Oh, they're right next to each other. That's really convenient. There we go. And Brian gets no points. Okay. After that, Kevin Owens comes up to Shane McMahon in the back and complains about having to defend his title in a triple threat match tonight. He says Shane doesn't like him and doesn't want him to be the champion. And Shane says the match is about putting on a great show for the fans and Shane doesn't care who the champion is as long as it's being defended on SmackDown. So, promo to Owens. And that's 3 is going to be 63. Okay. We then go to the ring for a tag team match play of Sami Zayn. Teaming up with Ty Dillinger, the Perfect 10, to take on Aiden English and Mike Kanellis. Aiden English opens up with a song.
Would you care to give us a rendition?
No.
You suck.
However, I will do this. Hang on. Let me see if I can find this.
Uh-oh.
And so I can open my Twitter app.
I believe on the PC it's actually just called twitter.com.
Holding a phone in my hand.
Oh, okay. I assume you're just opening another tab in your browser.
You assumed incorrectly.
Well, you fail then.
Well, apparently John Jones regained the UFC title after beating Daniel Cormier.
Okay, then.
Random UFC news. Chris Cyborg is a UFC champion as well. That's cool. Anyway.
Yes.
So going over to at WWE Drama King.
Okay.
Somebody at Batty Bat, Jamie Shellhammer, tweeted him apparently a proposed list of additional monikers.
Okay.
Because as you know, he does generally in his opening song consider himself to be, an assortment of things: the Beethoven of baritone, the Mozart of melody, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
The Mozart of melody. And this person tweeted at him options for the Monet of malice, the Rembrandt of remorse, the Dali of damnation, and the Warhol of war.
Nice.
And Aiden English quoted the tweet and simply replied, "No." However, for those of you who this evening were at WWE Detroit, we hope you enjoyed the live show. As noted, come for the artiste, stay for the beast.
Uh-huh.
Props to Aiden English on that one. Anyway, let us resume the program.
Indeed.
So, Mike Kanellis and Aiden English lost this match. Dillinger and English basically did fuck all. They were there to justify it being a tag team match. Zayn beat Mike Kanellis with a haluva kick.
I'd also like to point out for this match, I believe it was JBL who said this, but he was going on and on and on about how Sami Zayn and Ty Dillinger were out looking for revenge after Battleground. And fair enough for Dillinger because he lost. But what the hell does Sami Zayn have to... What kind of revenge is Sami Zayn looking out for against Mike Kanellis? He fucking won his match! Like, what? What the hell, JBL? No! I think it was JBL. I can't remember who it was that said it, but one of them said it, and I was like, wait, what? No! Sami Zayn and Ty Dillinger looking for a modicum of revenge tonight. I'm like, revenge against what? Why is Sami looking for revenge? So yeah, commentator fail.
Apparently. Anywho. So yeah, Aiden English is going to get 5 points for showing up for this match. Mike Kanellis is going to get 6.
Mike Kanellis hit a move, huh?
He did hit a move.
Excellent.
Mike Kanellis successfully hit Sami with a big boot.
And Maria gets accompaniment points.
She does. We'll get there in a sec. So 5 accompaniment points. And Mike Kanellis will get 6. Puts him at 70 points even. And then the winners, Ty Dillinger will get 20 points for competing and being on the winning team. 20 points to the perfect 10 times 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sami Zayn won the match. That's 25. And the haluva kick is 26 for Sami. 36. And then 8 is 444. All right. After this, we thought we were going to be joined by the New Day.
New Day sucks. New Day sucks.
Oh, Richmond! Yeah. I think I'm cute. Now, we hear the sounds of an assault that cut to the back where the Usos are beating the crap out of the New Day. And they beat them up and they deliver multiple super kicks to Big E.
Well, actually, they pulled Xavier Woods and Kofi out to like ringside to the ramp, and they're wearing the title belts. And it's like, oh, where's Big E? And they're beating him up, and Big E kind of staggers out. And he like attempts to come to their aid, and they just turn around and double super kick him, and that was kind of the end of Big E.
Yeah.
And then they proceeded to cut a promo before leaving.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's our joke. You're not the tag champs. Blah blah blah. You know, the standard heel. You know, your win was a fluke. We're going to take our titles back promo.
Yep. Gotcha.
So yeah, assault on all three.
Yep.
All three of the members.
All right.
And the New Day gets thank you for showing up points.
Pretty much, yeah. So New Day will get appearance. 5 and Kofi. Six. No wait, that's wrong. Hang on. 4. And then Xavier. Okay. 2.
Mhm.
Okay. The Usos are going to get 5 for a promo and 4 for an assault. Is 9, and they hit the double super kick. So 10 points to each Uso.
Indeed.
All right. And after that, we clear them out, and then we have ourselves a triple threat main event. AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho for the United States Championship.
Which was a damn good match.
It was. But at the end of the match, AJ Styles manages to capitalize off of Owens taking out Jericho by throwing Owens out of the ring and taking the pinfall himself. So AJ Styles regains the United States Championship.
Mm-hmm. Which will probably lead to Owens versus AJ yet again at SummerSlam.
Possibly. We shall see.
It's the new women's title.
So hopefully this time they'll use the correct ending, have AJ actually win and be done with that goddamn feud.
Yeah, we shall see. But in the meantime, let's score the main event.
Yes, let's.
So we'll start off with Kevin Owens, who is going to get 5 points for competing and 4 for being in the main event, is 9. And this is a specialty match.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did I award specialty for the Raw main event handicap match?
I think you did. You mentioned it.
Okay. Just checking.
I don't know
Anyway.
if you actually did or not, but you did mention it.
Just verifying. Okay. So, Kevin Owens is going to get himself 9 for being in the match and being in the main event. And Owens had 8 moves, so that's going to be 17 points to KO.
And specialty.
And 3 for specialty, right? So 20 points KO then. $83. Okay. What?
It's a lot of points.
Yeah. And then we're going to have ourselves
Jericho.
Yeah, we'll do Jericho. Jericho's going to get the same 9 points. He's going to get the 3. It's 12. And he also had 8 move points, so he's going to get the same thing. It's 20 points to Jericho.
Experience the loss of Jericho.
Pretty much.
Drink it in, man.
And then AJ Styles is going to get 20 points for winning. 10 for winning a specialty match is 30. 9 for being in and winning the main event is 39. 5 for actually competing is 44. 3
Winning
for
a title.
3 for competing specialty
Okay.
is 37. He had 4 moves is 41. U.S. titles 40 points is 81 points to AJ Styles. Put AJ Styles at 660. All right.
AJ Styles.
AJ sucks. All righty. Let's check the scores out. All right, still in the lead is Team Extreme at 85.03, followed by the Certified Ballot Club at 75.73, and at 65.33 is Team Apocalypse.
So we're basically right back where we started.
Yep.
Kind of, yeah. But don't forget, we still have the 205 Live.
Mm-hmm.
Which won't take long because there's only 2 matches on it.
And I assume I got like no points for either match.
No, you got some points.
Hmm.
Let's see here. I've lost my place. Okay, here we go. Clear this out, and let's go to the 205 Live.
Fair enough.
All right.
Indeed.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to open the 205 Live with Dasha Fuentes interviewing Neville.
Neville.
And we look back on the Raw segment, and he says, Neville says, Daivari made a mistake thinking that just because he was gone for a week that his kingdom was vulnerable. He wants to remind Daivari and everyone else that 205 Live is his world. Last week, Arya did well, but tonight he'll show him the difference between picking apart an injured animal and facing the undeniable king of the cruiserweights. So promo to Neville. All right. The commentators welcome us. Oh, yeah. And they mentioned that in order to host this, they had to put the announce table back together after Kevin Owens threw it apart in a tantrum after he lost his title.
Okay then.
Oh yeah, that reminds. Got to skip that part. Kevin Owens cut a post-match promo talking shit to AJ Styles. I should probably give him points for that.
Yay. You're going to have to modify.
Yeah, I'll do it later.
Soon. Do it now before you forget.
8. Okay. So you go up by 5. Okay. Done. Moving along. All right. So Akira Tozawa, dressed in a sharp-looking suit, joins the announce team for the opening match, which is Neville versus Arya Daivari. He brushes off questions about the shoulder injury, and Arya grabs the microphone and asks Tozawa why he's here. Is it to drum up sympathy for the injury or beg for another title shot? He says he deserves the next opportunity to dethrone Neville and promises to dedicate his win tonight to 1968 Iranian gold medalist Abdullah Maved, something like that.
Okay then.
So that's a promo to Daivari then.
Let me guess. Daivari gets his ass kicked.
60. All right.
Yes, no, maybe.
So Daivari beats Neville.
Okay then.
Via count out.
Oh.
After Neville started jawing at Tozawa at ringside, and Daivari shoved Neville into Tozawa, knocking him down, and then ran back in the ring.
Okay then.
So Daivari does get a win on that. So technically that's an interference by Tozawa if he was distracting Neville.
I don't think Tozawa was distracting Neville in as much as Neville was distracting himself with Tozawa. That's what it sounds like to me anyway.
I don't know. What do you think, John?
No?
Okay. So then anyway, Neville, let's see. So Neville is
I think that's a case of you've done that yourself.
and I see no indication of moves because I only have the bare base results here.
Mm-hmm.
So by extension, Neville is just going to get himself let's see, into a count out. It wasn't an intentional count out loss, so Neville's just going to get 5 points for showing up then.
Yeah.
5 points to Neville.
Neville.
And then we're going to have, let's see, Daivari won via a count out. So a count out win is only 10 points. So he'll get 10 for that and 5 for competing. It's 15 points to Daivari. That's at 175.
And then
Okay.
Tozawa gets commentating points.
Yes, Tozawa gets commentating points. What's commentary worth? 5? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So following this, there was concern by the commentators about Tozawa's shoulder injury. But
Was he favoring it or something?
Yeah. When Neville taunts him from the ring, he takes his jacket off and tries to go after Neville, and officials have to separate them. So I guess that would be assault for both of them. And Neville. Get 4 assault points. Can you stop chewing on Mike, please?
Sorry.
So we see highlights of Mustafa Ali's win over Drew Gulak last week. Just to recap that. And then the Brian Kendrick comes out to the ring, not dressed as a British gentleman for the first time in weeks. He says he tries to help people, and what does he get? He gets beaten up and ridiculed on social media. He tries to explain the difference between fighters like him and clowns like Gallagher, but he doesn't know if we're too dumb to get it or what, so he brought pictures. So he puts up a picture of Gallagher, then mocks him for having pasty skin, and the picture adds clown makeup to his face, which continues with his hair, suit, and nose. Gallagher comes out and retorts to Kendrick, saying last week he chose to turn the other cheek, hoping Kendrick would vent those insecurities about himself and be done with it, and they could move on, but since taking the high road is not an option for him, Jack is just going to knock his bloody head off. He charges the ring, but Kendrick bails, saying he doesn't fight clowns. So, promo to Gallagher and Kendrick. Boy, you remember when Gallagher was the top guy on the roster?
Yes.
Ryan Kendrick is going to get a 6. All right.
Remember when Kendrick was top guy on the roster?
Kendrick was never top guy on the roster.
It was when he was the Cruiserweight champion.
Yeah, still. He wasn't the top guy. TJ Perkins was the top guy. Anyway,
TJ Perkins wasn't the top guy until you gave him to me.
Yeah. He was the first ever Cruiserweight champion.
He was.
He was, and guess who had him when he was the first ever Cruiserweight champion?
Yeah.
And guess what position he wasn't in when I had him as first ever Cruiserweight champion?
Yeah. Anyway, Tasha interviews Rich Swann and Cedric Alexander in the back, asking why Rich asked Alexander to partner with him, and puts over his win over Noam Dar in the I Quit match. And Swann says he should ask Ced why, and says he came to 205 Live for competition, and that didn't involve crazy ex-girlfriends. TJP and Tony Nese roll up, and Perkins says he thought Rich would back out when he heard that Tony was his partner. Alexander calls Nese a dumb jock, and when Nese takes offense, he says that if Tony can't take a little pregame trash talk, they can go right now. They step to one another, but Perkins' music hits, so they tell him to save it for the ring. And they go out to the ring where TJP and Tony Nese take on Rich Swann and Cedric Alexander in a main event tag team match playa.
Okay, then.
And TJP and Tony Nese get the victory on that. After Perkins rolls up Alexander, after Cedric went for a springboard maneuver following a handspring 450 kick, but Nice threw Cedric off the rope and screwed them all up,
Okay, then.
which allowed Perkins to make the cover. So promo to all 4 of those guys plus the match points. So we'll just do the whole thing in one shot. They're all going to get an extra 5 for promo.
Okay, then.
So we'll do Rich and Cedric. Again, there's no moves noted here except for one thing from Cedric, which was the 450 kick.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, 540 kick, sorry. So we'll do Rich Swann is going to get 5 points for competing. 4 for being in the main event is 9, and 5 for the promo is 14 points to Rich Swann. And 3 is 331. Pop up. And then Cedric Alexander is going to get 9. 5 for the promo is 14, and 1 for his move is 15 points to Cedric.
Yay.
Is 31 and 5 is 236. And then on the winning side of things, Tony Nese will get, 15 points for being on the winning team. He will get 5 for competing. Is 20. He will get 4 for being in the main event. Is 24. And that's about it. 24 points to Tony Nese. It's 89.99, and 4 is 103. And then the winner was TJP, who will get 20 points for winning. He'll get 5 for competing, is 25. Go up to 34 for being in and winning the main event. And that's about it. So 34 points to TJP. 95.05.15 is 419.
Am I the only one who wants to see the running Nice versus knees to faces?
There you go. Let's check out the final scores for the week.
Refresh all.
Coming in on top at 85.62 is Team Extreme, followed by Certified Battle Club at 76.11, and at 65.81, Team Apocalypse is in third. And there's your final scores.
I think you got the most points out of that, Jim.
Probably did. Anyway, let's go ahead.
Anyway,
Check the leaderboards.
let's.
Top of the leaderboards is Kevin Owens, the now former United States champion at 688, followed closely by the new United States champion AJ Styles at 660, followed by the WWE champion Jinder Mahal at 615, just 2 points ahead of the Cruiserweight champion Neville at 613, followed by the Intercontinental champion The Miz at 535, the Raw Women's champion Alexa Bliss at 509, Samoa Joe coming in at 485, Akira Tozawa at 482, Finn Balor clocking in at 470 and still holding on to that 10th spot, Seth freaking Rollins at 454.
Nice.
You know, how many weeks he's been there, and Seth Rollins has given Dillinger a run for his money on that perfect 10. He's been in the 10th spot for like a month.
That's because he's the man.
If
The
you're
10th man.
Yeah, the 10th man. If he was a man, he'd be higher. Anyway,
He's Seth freaking Rollins, and he's the man.
pretty much. Anyway, that concludes our programming for the week. Thank you two for joining me as always.
You're welcome.
Always lots of fun.
I'd also like to point out right now, he's the man in mid-card. And if you look at that, the top 10, there's only one other person in the mid-card that's higher than Seth Rollins, and it's the champion.
That's true.
So Seth Rollins is, in fact, the man.
You are correct, sir. Well, on that show anyway, yeah.
Well, most of the people above Seth freaking Rollins are champions, so yeah. Only people that aren't are what? Finn Balor, who, despite the fact that he's so severely injury prone, keeps getting pushes, and Samoa Joe, who's currently in the main event picture, so that's why he's got so many points.
Look down.
Hmm?
Look down.
I can't. You minimize the thing.
No, I mean look down.
Well, he was the champion though. he was the U.S. champion. That's the only reason he's got so many points is because he keeps trading the U.S. title with fucking AJ Styles.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. So this has been our programming. We will see you all next week for the usual shenanigans.
Indeed.
We'll see if more things come out this week. More news items, more crazy things.
Yeah, we'll keep tabs on England versus Mexico. We'll keep tabs on hashtag fuck that owl.
Oh, something to go out on.
Uh-oh.
This just popped up, by the way. Of course, UFC 214 to just end. We talked about that briefly. But it should be known that after John Jones defeated Daniel Cormier?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't watch UFC.
Neither do I. I just wasn't sure how one might pronounce that.
I'd say it depends if he's French or not.
Apparently. Now, that was a match for the light heavyweight championship, which John Jones defeated him for. But following this match, John Jones apparently grabbed himself a microphone and said, Brock Lesnar, if you want to know what it feels like to get your ass kicked by a guy who weighs 40 pounds less than you, meet me in the octagon.
Okay, then.
The Associated Press was able to get a hold of Lesnar after those comments, and the Universal Champion replied, be careful what you wish for, young man. So, we'll have to see perhaps Brock will be returning to UFC as rumored in the near future.
Unleash the beast.
Basically. All right, folks. I'm James Phoenix. We're the League. See you next week. Peace.